What is going on, everybody? My name is Bryce Milton. I am one of the leads list builders here over at Listkit, and today I'm going to be going over for my own personal business exactly how I'm going to be scraping out about 1,000 of the 21,000 credits that you see here for my own leads list. I help install wellness programs into other companies as well in my free time, I guess, in the other times when I'm not working for Listkit. And so yeah, I'm going to be going over exactly the leads list that I'm going to build. I'm going to build out two different leads lists. I'm going to walk through one, and then I'm just going to show the filter save for the other one so that we can kind of save some time. I'm going to be targeting smaller companies and also some larger companies, and I'm going to have a little bit of different people that I'm going to be targeting in those companies as well. And then I'm going to walk through how I'm going to put that into Smartlead, and then some of the copy that I'm also going to be using and how I'm coming up with like the copy too. And so in a couple of months, about a month and a half, 2 months, I'm sure I'll come back and let you all know how this campaign actually went, since that's typically how long it takes. I'm going to be sending about 800 emails a day. And so I know Daniel's doing, he just had that 10,000 emails a day. We're not there yet, but we're going to get there pretty soon. So like I said, I install employee wellness programs. And so for that, I'm just going to walk you through exactly what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do my search. So I'm going to go over on the company side, and I'm going to put in US, United States, since we can only work within the US as of right now, and do that for the people filter as well, so that the people and the company are actually in the exact same spot. And it's not just the like company, right? And you're talking to somebody over in India or Canada or Mexico or something like that. You just want to make sure that both of the people and the company are in the same spot. So what I'm going to do from then on is type in, this is going to be for the smaller companies. So this is going to be from like 25-ish to about 150. So you can get in touch with like the CEOs, the owners, and the founders here. We like to talk with, for us personally, like HR managers, benefits managers, office managers, CEOs, owners, and founders. But you're really not going to be able to talk to like the CEO, owner, and founder of companies that have over 100, 150 type of employees, right? That makes sense, mostly because they're in a meeting. And if they're not in meetings, then they're on to their next meeting, right? And so to email them and to consistently talk to them is rather difficult. But yeah, that's just how we're going to start off. So human resources manager as well, office manager, hit enter. Some of them have the benefits manager, and then director of benefits. And so you have the button that says contains. That's great. I like to switch this over to exact match specifically for these people. So the difference between contains is that it's going to look up CEO, right? Chief Executive Officer. It's going to look up executive officer. It's also going to look up like executive manager. Since this has human resources manager, it's going to look up manager of blank as well. So it's going to fit some other people that may be within your ICP. It's also going to fit some people that are not necessarily within your ICP, just because it has the word contains. It has that. If you change it over to exact match, it's only going to look up exactly what you typed in. So it's only going to look up chief executive officer, human resource manager, office manager, right? Contains is going to be a lot more people. As you saw, it was like over a million. Yeah, 1.1. Change it over to exact match. That's down to like 500-ish thousand, 540,000, right? So it's only going to look up those people. It's entirely up to you what you want to do. If I'm looking to increase my TAM as much as possible, so when I do am able to get to the 10,000 a day, I'm just going to put it on contains and I'm going to let it rip, right? But as of right now, it's a little bit more targeted. It's not really that much more targeted, right? If you want to increase the TAM as much as possible, keep it on contains. You're going to get a lot of people within your ICP. Some of them won't be, but more than likely, they're going to be able to send you over to the people within the company that can help you out, right? So now we're over back into the company side. And so I'm going to be doing 25 to 150 for the company side, since I can still get in touch with like the CEOs and office managers and of those types of companies. And so from here, for me specifically, I do have a list of like industries that I don't want to target specifically. And so just going to hit the exclude button right there. And I'm going to put in insurance. Insurance again, and then I'm going to put in education, since we can target since we can target education companies, and we actually have worked with some education companies, but a lot of those are higher ed and like school districts, and that's not necessarily what I'm going for in this search, but you can obviously keep that. The industries is kind of just a walkthrough of everything that you can do, right? As an over body government. So I'm going to exclude government as well, and then I'm also going to do some of that for the keywords too. So I'm going to exclude different things as in insurance. This is really just to double down and make sure that I don't get these types of people, right? YMCA, spa, health. So if I was going after like specific partnerships, I would keep in spa, health centers and stuff like that, but I'm not going after partnerships in this search as of right now. That's something that I'm going to be doing in the near future though as well. Like consulting groups, I would keep in as well to an extent, but not as of right now. Agency, like get rid of self-owned, government, school, payroll, human resources. That's not how you spell human resources. So I'm only putting human resources in here as well, just so I don't target companies that help specifically with human resources. Not in this search. I do have other campaigns that we're going to be working on with that as well, like benefits too. I don't necessarily want benefits consulting groups. And then like investment, investing, investments, right? So that's going to get rid of a large number of these people. And the reason I got rid of restaurants is because a lot of them have part-time workers, right? And so I'm focusing on mostly people that have full-time employees. And that's essentially why I did that, right? It's just kind of a walkthrough. So as of right now, we have 41,000 people, over 29,000 companies. And I'm going to be exporting 11,000 for this entire campaign. I'm going to be going to two different types of markets, right? So the smaller companies and then also the larger companies. So for this, I'm going to export 6,500 and 4,500. So what you're going to do is then come down, click one, apply, and then next step. And so I save my filters. Always save your filters if you want to continue to use this shell and like edit it from there. Always save this before you redeem so that you at least always have the shell from before. So smaller companies 3-24. Saved. And where you can find your filters is on the top left or in the middle. It says save filters, but I'm going to use the top left just because it's a force of habit. Smaller companies 324. You can also now share your company or share your filters as well. So if you have other teammates or other people that are using Listkit, which is awesome, a great update that we just have, you can hit the share button and share it with them directly if you have their email. So now I'm going to go all the way down, click one, apply, since I really only want one person per company. I could do two. To each his own, doesn't really matter. For smaller companies, if you do two, I typically don't go more than three, mostly because if it's a smaller company, most people will know who to go to in that company. If it's not me, they know Dan or they know Jane, right? So it's fine. If you're going to target the higher companies, sometimes I do like to go like 3+. Most of the time, I still rock out with like 2 anyway, but I'll just do 6,500 and I will then go over to the other ones that I said I was going to do for the next filter. Okay, so that order is still processing. It hasn't gone all the way through yet, which is fine. But as of right now for this next one, what I'm going to do is, like I said, I have this saved. And so I am going to do the larger companies. As you can see, 175 to like 5,000, which is really high, but I'm going to keep in the governments and, and keep in some of the schools and higher ed, mostly because we've worked with those companies. And as you see, University of Wyoming, we can talk and reach out to these people. And so you're not really going to find the owners, right, of these people, of these companies. So I just put in contains human resources, benefits, wellness, mostly because we can rock out with this and more than likely find who we're really looking for. And I kept it contained, as I said, US on both. You can exclude job titles as well. So probably could have done that for the other one, but I didn't. It's fine. And just kept the keywords relatively the same, right? Human resources, benefits, wellness, payroll, yada, yada, yada. So I'm going to click one, apply. And then what I can now do is what I say. I was going to do 4,500. So I'm going to export 4,500. And then once those are into my CSV, I'm going to go over into Smartlead and show you how exactly I'm going to upload them into my next campaign that I'm going to start tomorrow. So for about 11,000 credits, it could take about 30 minutes. So put on an episode of something and come back, and more than likely you'll have about 10,000 plus credits into your email, the email that you sign up with Listkit as a CSV. So I'm going to save these, and then I'm going to download these CSVs and then upload them into Smartlead. Okay, so now we're over in Smartlead, and so we are going to upload one of the CSV files that I just downloaded. And so you can import lead, ignore leads that exist in other campaigns. I'm just going to put that. And so I believe this is like the 6,500 one. So first name, last name, company name, email. You can automatically do this. We have other videos going over exactly how to integrate your Smartlead Pro plan into Listkit. I just did this because a lot of people don't have that option, and also because not everybody has a pro plan. And third of all, because I didn't know if I had enough space in here to even upload these amount of credits, but I do. So that's all good. Yeah, so we got that. We have the first name, last name, all that jazz, save, and next. Okay, cool. Good news is we figured out we had a good amount, like 70 people in other campaigns, but that's good so that I won't email them again. And we have 6,400. Nice. And so I'm going to use some of the best copy that I had from the other campaigns that I've run, put those as the first ones for like the variant. And just so you know, I never have, more than likely never will have gone through, like after I exported, everything's verified. So we have used Never Bounce Making Verifier and then Scrubby to get the catch all emails. If you put it through another verifier after you already get the verified emails, a fraction of them will not pop up as verified. That's because those are the catch all and at risk emails. And so that's going to look like not everything's verified, but it is. So everything is verified for you. And then secondly, that doesn't mean that you're going to have a bounce rate of 0%. That comes to a factor of your domains exporting. And if that's all good, that could still be if you talk to high turnover places, and then also just their firewalls. We can't control that. You can't control that. That has nothing to do with either one of us, right? So just because everything's verified doesn't mean there's no bounce rate. And the third reason why I don't go through another list of exporting and talking and looking to see if all these people fit is mostly because I don't really care that much. So if you're going to be emailing hundreds, if not thousands of people per day, right, it makes sense to go through that list. If you do your dream 100, your dream 500, you're only emailing like 30 people a day, and you want to make sure every single one is perfect and makes a lot of sense, right? But if you're emailing hundreds of people a day, I personally don't see the reason to keep going through like section page 3 through 20 to make sure that all these people make a lot of sense. Whatever. Just move on, email the people that you're going to email, and let's get rocking, right? So just getting that all out of the way. But now that everything's uploaded, I'm just going to put in some of the copy that has successfully worked for some of the other campaigns that I was testing out for the first, second, third, fourth, fifth iteration. And then I will get back to you and we'll kind of go like through a quick walkthrough and setup of what that kind of looks like. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so we're back. So using some of the copy from previous campaigns and then also just thinking about things and talking with Christian. This is about what I'm going to be doing for this campaign, and it's going to look very similar for the other people as well. I'm probably just going to use the exact same thing. So smaller companies, 325 campaign, quick question, great health insurance. Then I did the one email, then straight pitch, and then Loom video. It's very similar. 4 days follow up, another 4 days, another follow up, 5 days follow up, 21 days, and then the final follow up, and then save and next. And so I'm going to choose all of the sender accounts and select all 31 and schedule the campaign for New York Monday through Friday, starting at 9, like do 9:17 all the way up until like a little bit after 3:30, right? And then with like 7 minutes in between, sending each one. Starting campaign date is my head is in the way. Now we can do tomorrow. From this, we can target so 650 per day. Save. Nice. Save and next. And so now you get to see Jennifer, great care, great. And so I don't track open emails. I don't track links. I do not care about really any of that. All I care about is reply rate and then book rate. So I don't really care how many people open my email at all. It's really kind of irrelevant to me. Out of office. ignore the out of office, add unsubscribe, wait, auto pause, auto deliver, play text without HTML. So I always add, I click here to stop receiving my emails. It's what I typically like to put in, mostly because I think you have to, and also they tell me to. So I just do it. It's not really a big deal. Save the general settings, and yeah. So schedule a campaign. It took me, I think I came up here to record around like 2:30 ish. So it took me a little bit over an hour and a half, mostly. Yeah, about an hour and a half to schedule a campaign for. This is 6,500. I'm gonna add the 4,000. So let's just call it an even like 2 hours. And so that might be the title of this video: how in 2 hours I was able to scrape and send out emails to over 11,000 people for the month. But yeah, if you have any other questions, comment them down below. Join our school community, our Listkit free school community. Book a one-on-one with me to walk through your first list and campaign and any other email questions that you may have. But yeah, as of right now, thank you for joining Listkit. Love you all. Talk to you soon.